Okay, isn't ductwork fun? Hey, um, there may be better ways to do this. I don't know. I've kind of learned ahead of you just a little bit. I've watched those videos, watched some YouTube stuff, and just been working through how to do it. I mean, we could draw it, just zoom, 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 any way we wanted to. But when you think about, okay, how to install the stuff, and the whole reason for doing Revit in 3D is so that you can build it in the model just like it's going to be built in the field. Um, okay, I want to show you on doing these ducts here on the supply side, but they cross this beam. Remember, we got a beam running right here in the basement. Um, so they have to come out of the top of the duct with a 90, an elbow, and then go over the beam. And I've already got some of them in. I want to show you how to do those. So we've put in um, we're going to put these boots in, and this is one of the download files that I've given you, the register boot perpendicular, um, and you'll have to edit it. I don't know if it saved the edit when I copied it over to you, but you can go in, edit type, and these are supposed to be, okay, most of them in the house are 4x10s, and you'll have to edit it and make a 4x10. Let me close that. These over here on this end of the house are 4x10. These here in the center are a 4x12 with a 7-inch duct. So I've got to edit that one and make a new one. So I'll duplicate that. And it's a 4x12, but it's a 7-inch duct opening. And so I got my length, my 12 inches, my 4 inch, and my duct radius is going to be 3.5. And let's see, tab that, it made the change. Okay. All right. And then, so when I put these in, I did it, I'm working on the first floor plan, and I put it in. And with these, I think a 4.5-inch offset from the first floor level will make it good. Let me pull this section view down to here. Okay, with the 4x10s back here, the 6-inch duct, that 4.5-inch offset is good. This one, let me make it a 5 and see how that does. Okay, I think that will work good. We'll see when we run the duct. Because I think I was trying to get it to be like a 1/4 of an inch below the floor here. Yeah, 1/4 inch below the floor. Okay, and that was a 5-inch offset. We'll have to remember that. Well, let's go ahead and measure it here from the level down to the center of that 5-inch. Okay. Okay, so you put that in, and you may have to rotate them. You've got these little rotate handles, and you kind of play with them. If you've got to do something that the handles won't do, then you just use your rotate tool up here and rotate it. Okay, so I put this one in, and I aligned it to the center of the window, which is where it shows up, and I locked that. And I put a dimension on it, 8.25 feet. Okay, and then let me delete that one because I'm going to show you how to put this stuff in. Okay, next we need an elbow in there, and it would probably work best in this view right here. Okay, so I go systems, duct fitting, and if you don't have it loaded, you have to load family, and we'll go duct. Come on, fittings, round, elbows, and I am using the round elbow gore. Yeah, round elbow gore. That's an adjustable elbow. Okay, well, I loaded, but say I've already got it loaded in here. So, and then you go duct fitting. Uh, choose it. Let's see. And here's all your options here. So I'm going with a 3 gore, 1 times the diameter. Okay, and you can change. You got to watch these things. So I'm going to change the radius to 3.5 and click rotate after placement. And I'm going to don't want to pop it there. Don't want to put it in this view. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. I want to change my angle to 90. Okay. And you can see there it's at a 90-degree angle. Let's see. That rotate worked there. Here I want to rotate to get it like that. Okay. And now I'm gonna move it up kind of high and move it over the center of my duct bank here, my return. You can see it right there. Okay. And now I want to put a piece of duct under it. So I'll go duct. Oh, and our settings. We did settings back in the first video. And so I'm using this round duct with an elbow tap that I created, and change it to a 7-inch here. And I'm not worried about offset or anything like that right now. And so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to drag down, not connecting it, because it doesn't seem, we'll try it. It doesn't seem to want to connect well, but we'll try it. Okay, it did that time. It added, I guess because it was long enough. Okay, so you see it added a tap right here, and I've got this one set up in my settings. And so I'm going to change this takeoff length right here to 1 inch. Okay, and now I can set my height on that to -5 inches. Okay, so let's cancel that. It didn't like the 1 inch on the tap because this thing is much longer. Let's try 0.5. This is my first time doing the 7-inch duct, so that's why I'm kind of playing with it. Whoa, what happened there? I guess it went feet, huh? Okay, it doesn't like the tap or whatever. On the 4-inch ones, on the 6-inch ducts, it worked fine. Okay, so we've got duct fitting and then straight into the elbow. Okay, so that will work. Okay, so now let's go back to our floor plan here. Remember I dimensioned where I've got my boot. So I'm going to pull that same dimension. Come on. And with these, you end up snapping to the connect point there, the reference point. Okay. And so now we'll edit that and make it the same, 0.25. Okay, and now let's look at it in this section view. So it looks pretty good there. All right, and so we'll go back to the floor plan, and I'm gonna move this over so it's out of the way. And I'm gonna go duck. Wait a minute. Duck, okay, round duck, 7-inch. And I'm gonna get that point connector. And I'm gonna come straight down and get that point connector. Now that was weird. I'm not sure what happened with that. Let's just go back to that and let's try this. Connect into round, okay. No, didn't like that. I gotta have some kind of duck. So maybe reference level top of foundation. That might have been it. Okay, so we'll draw a maybe that was it. Yay. Okay, and those are the dimensions that I put in so I can delete those dimensions. Okay, so that's how that works, okay? And you just want to look at it in all of your views to make sure, make sure everything is straight, okay? All right, now for this one, because this one is the same size, you could copy the boot over. And that's what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to copy that elbow and the tap. And I find it easier to do it in this view. So let me select that to highlight it. Yep, that's the one I want. And we see we're going to move it down for this one in the kitchen. Let me get that so I can see it. Okay. And that is that one. Okay. Now that was weird. That was really weird. Because there's no duck there, they're not joined together. So that's why when it moved, it didn't move with it. All right, so what we'll do here is select both of these. Oh, I don't want the duck. I want the elbow. And we're going to try the tap. Previously, the tap wouldn't copy. Okay, and we'll go copy. And I'm going to use that point on the bottom of the joist. And I'm just going to drag it down to here. Okay, and the tap did copy with it. It moved with it that time. Before, with the 6-inch ones, I have a short piece of duck, and the tap wouldn't copy over. Okay, so what I had to do was, like we did before, was raise this one up, have my piece of ductwork coming down, and then join it into the thing and apply a tap to it, like we did just a few minutes ago in the video. Okay, so back to this view, and I haven't tried it yet. You could, copy this whole thing. Let's try it. I haven't tried that yet. that doesn't get the tap. So let's come here to select the tap. I mean, we'll try it, you know, it may work. Okay, let's pick something that's we can. Oh no, because see those walls change. So let's come back to here and let's work off the edge of the duck. I'll bring it down to here. Okay, so it did copy the whole thing. So you could do that, or you could just copy this, get it lined up separate. Now we have to be able to get it into the right place. And so now we're back to reselecting everything. And at this point, we could probably just use arrow keys to move it down, because see, it's just to the right of the door. Okay. Now that didn't move, so we'll pull that over. There it is right there. Okay. And we'll go align again. Okay. So that's how we're dealing with rigid duct that's going over the beam. And I may have to look at that one. I may have to look at that and see how I can do with that. So that's how we're doing with rigid duct over the beam. So that should keep you busy for just a few minutes.